Like I said on TV, I just love making Jinkx feel uncomfortable and making her think she's racist.
I guess Jinkx doesn't wear everything that she had me. One time, me and Trixie and Jinkx were in P-Town, and we were all at the ATM because this bar was cash only. So Jinkx was in front of us, and this ATM printed out her receipt with her balance on. And when it printed out, she left, but she left the receipt and it printed out as I walked up. And then I grabbed it and I said, Jinkx, you left your receipt. You might want to hold on to this. But then Jinkx was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And I was like, I'm not really thinking about what's on this piece of paper. I did look. I'll say that, I did look. But I was like, I'm not really thinking about what's on this piece of paper. I'm just handing you this. And she goes, well, I do want to say that I do have more money than this. I have things wrapped up in investments. And of course, I have other accounts as well. But also, I'm not saying this is a small amount of money. This is not a small amount of money, but it's also not all of the money that I have. There is, and then of course there's property. I own the home in Portland, but again, if the amount that you have is less than this, I'm not saying that this is an amount of money to be embarrassed by. She was, by the way, me and Trixie were saying nothing. She was just on her own spiraling.
Very
true. I was like, girl, I'm trying to hand you your receipt.
Okay, tell us how much it was on there.
I will not be doing that. That seems like it's none of my
Bob.
I honestly don't remember.
We used to be a Say That Names podcast. You have become a fucking.
I genuinely don't remember. It was somewhere between $5 and $47 million. My drag is not consistently Auntie drag. My drag is not as consistent. My drag is not as visually consistent as someone like Trixie or Bianca or Varla Jean Merman or
Ben de la Creme.
Or Ben de la Creme. Their visual is much more through line than mine.
Jinx's mom drag.
Jinkx does
Jinkx is hilarious.
Jinkx Monsoon. Drinks too soon. But she doesn't drink anymore.
She doesn't. She's a sober girl. Oh, sorry. I know she's sober, as a matter of fact.
Jinkx is like notoriously high.
Yeah. There's a clip of her when her and Ginger Minj came on
Your Face.
Oh my God.
Who's first? Who came first, Jinkx or Ginger?
You'll be surprised. What do you think?
I'd be shocked if it was Jinkx.
You nailed it. Ginger did it first, and it was sweet and tangy.
Sweet. Yeah, she seems like she probably have sweet cum.
My sister from All Star 7, who snatched the crown oh my God, one All Stars ago. And
Queen, Jinkx is not your queen?
She's all of our queen. She's all of our queen of queen. Jinkx, I knew Jinkx before. With Jinkx and we toured together before, and we worked together in different stuff before All Star 7. I love Jinkx. I think Jinkx is very fucking funny. Jinkx is very talented, and she's fucking dope.
Jinkx is one of the most talented drag queens I've ever met in my life. She's insanely funny. She's very neurotic. One of my favorite stories of Jinkx ever. This is one of my favorite. When we were both in P-Town we were both at the art house in P-Town, and Jinkx Monsoon and I. When you're in P-Town, you have to go. If you don't have like 95% ticket sales, you have to go and canvas to get people to come to your show. It was pretty standard. So I went up there and I kept telling everyone, I was like, listen, guys, please come to my show. This is my last show. I'm quitting drag after this. This is my last show ever, and then I'm quitting drag. By the time they get to Jinkx like, come to my show, and they'd be like, I would, but I'm going to go see Bob. It's Bob's last show. It's her last show ever. And Jinkx kept being like, that's not true. I was like, no, Jinkx, it's true. I'm quitting drag. I'm going back to school. And then I did the entire show. And Jinkx was livid. She was so annoyed with me. And then at the end of my show, I had this like big standing ovation. And I was like, honestly, you guys are so great. I can't quit.
I could just hear it. She was like, "No, he's not. Like, it's Bob's last show."
That was one of my favorite Jinkx Monsoon memories. She was livid.
My favorite part about being Jinx's friend is making her think she's racist. It's like it genuinely makes me happy and gives me a lot of joy. I do it on tour. I did it on Drag Race. It's great.
People having misery is a big source of joy for you.
It really is. It makes me feel better about myself.
Work.
We were like in the dressing room last night. It was like a really long ass day. We're just in the dressing room. Jinkx is like going crazy in her room, just singing whatever. And I forgot how we got into the subject. And I just made, because, again, like I said on TV, I just love making Jinkx feel uncomfortable and making her think she's racist or like all this stuff. I just like, she'll like say something. I was like, oh, I hate black licorice. Why? Because it's black, like little things like that. It's just really funny with Kiki. And it was just on my music last night. I forgot how we got on the subject. And she was like, well, when I was in middle school, we sang spirituals.
I mean, I also sang Negro spirituals, but I went to black school, so I thought it was because I was at a black school.
She had a black teacher who would she make sure she taught these motherfucking kids that y'all motherfuckers gonna sing some Negro spirituals today, and Jinkx was just up in there talking some way.
That's so funny.
That's so funny to me. Just little Chuckie Finster. Way to the water. And she had a solo.
Her Let My People Go.
She had a solo.
Jinkx said, let my people go.
Oh my God. Jinkx fucking kill. First of all, this is the best. Jinkx had the hair. This Dallas, I'm assuming it's Dallas Coulter. Dallas Coulter often makes a lot of Jinx's outfits. This hair, the gown, the voice. Jinkx, she looked and sounded amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Jinkx, this was a beautiful showing for Jinkx. She looked so good. She sounded so good. I love the reverence they gave her. They gave her this great big moment, and it's just so cool that she got to do that. She got to sing "When You Get to Mama" on television. Her biggest audience, I mean, she did it on Broadway, but this is even bigger audience. It's going out to millions at a time, and I think it's really cool that they show that clip of her saying she wants to go do drag on Broadway. That was so cool.
Yeah, Australia used to be a good time. Bitch, last time I went to Australia, it was a gentleman I had met this was the guy that Jinkx and I told a story about how we hooked up with the same guy in Australia. Well, he hooked up with me, and then later she hooked him up, and he was like, sorry, I was meeting up with someone at one of the other girls there, and she was like, who was it, Monet? Like just joking around, and he was like, yeah. And Jinkx did not end up hooking up with him. I hooked up with him. And then when I went to Australia again, me and him met up, and he came around with us for a few cities.
Wait, Jinkx didn't fuck him?
No, he didn't want to fuck her because him and I were we were doing like the week thing. Like we hung out on Friday, Saturday. Like it was like a thing.
Ooh. So I guess Jinkx doesn't win everything. I guess Jinkx doesn't win everything, does she, Handy?
I think Jinkx is going to be there, and I think Jinkx will be your biggest competition. I think Jinkx is the bitch you need to look out for. Like
1,000%. I think Jinkx will excel in acting challenges and singing challenges. I don't know if there is some type of crafting, sewing thing. I don't know how well she'll do there. And I don't know how. That's really it. That's the only downfall I see with Jinkx. I think Jinkx is very funny. She'll do great in comedy things. She'll do great in acting things. Like Jinkx is great.
I don't think people sleep on Jinkx's ability to have great looks. I think that people think that Jinkx is going to be bringing crunchy looks, but I think y'all will really be gagged. I really think y'all cannot keep judging queens based on what you saw them doing on RuPaul's Drag Race.
I don't think people are judging queens on what they see on Drag Race. They're judging queens on what they see today.
That's not so people don't judge you on what they see on Drag Race. No one ever judges you based on what they see on Drag Race. When people call you the kitty cat girl or say that you have crunchy looks.
For me specifically.
You said people. You didn't say me. You said people.
Okay, well, people being myself.
Person is what you mean to say. Don't underestimate. I'm just saying right now, Monét, do not underestimate Jinkx.
No, she's my biggest competition.
Don't be thinking like, oh, she's not gonna bring another runaway because she might fuck y'all up. Like, do not underestimate her.
I didn't say she's not gonna bring a runaway. I didn't say that. You just said that.
Monét, okay, now we're on the podcast. The tune is changing. Honey, now that we're recording, Monét's giving a whole. Monét's like, I think they're all fierce competitors.
I did not say that.
I can't wait to be there.
What do you sound like?
Well, that's because I left my charge.
What do you sound like? What do you sound like,
Jinkx Monsoon, that white bitch, is sabotaging me because we did a gig today and Jinkx forgot her charger at home. And she's like, Monét, yeah, I was realizing if I could borrow your charger for my computer. I was like, sure, girl. I brought it to the gig and she's holding my charger captive in her clutches, her little witch clutches.
And what's your part in this?
What's your fucking part on my nuts? What's your part of my fucking nuts?
The smelly part. The smelly part that's
My part is the one that sags. My part is the one that sags.
Oh my God! Did you see the video of Ru forgetting Jinkx's name?
When I say I was screaming, and I was talking to this one, and your name is Jinkx.
Seattle. That's right, Seattle.
But one of the things I told this one right here, because your name is Jinkx. I mean, come on, Seattle. I mean, there's a lot of girls, right?
We were up on reviewing Drag Race UK, calling everyone but their names. Okay, so I can only imagine RuPaul, who has now done 14 American seasons, 7 All-Stars, and like 6 international ones. Like, I would not know anyone's name.
Did I ever tell you that that country people, country black folks call people by where they're from? So it makes sense that RuPaul would call her Seattle, even though RuPaul's from California, but she spent time in Atlanta. And her folks from Louisiana. But you kind of get this. Country black folks call people by where they're from. My mother was called Mississippi, but my father's side of the family all called her Mississippi.
Okay, but what if everybody's from Mississippi? Then what? I wouldn't say that's villainous. Like, for example, you think of villains, like you think of season 5, where Alaska Talks they literally bullied Jinkx. They were like, you smell, your wigs are ugly, your mother don't love you, why the fuck are you here, you stupid ugly bitch. Like, to me, those are villains. I don't think Utica was doing some shady stuff.
As a whole was the villain. I think
it was Roxxxy, but I mean, people lump them together. Roxxxy. When you think of the villains of season of Survivor, you say, oh, Alaska Talks was really mean to Jinkx, but predominantly it was Roxxxy being really crazy. But to me, that's villainous.
The season were Alyssa Edwards and Roxxxy Andrews.
For me personally,
someone on the Patreon said they love when you say that. I'm like, what is so funny about that?
For me personally, I started saying because Jinkx used to say it, and then it just ended up just like Jinkx got me into saying for me personally.
Can I say today on the phone, Jinkx and I were talking about Portland and homes, and she's very excited I'm going to be living in her
city.
Is
Jinkx your realtor? Hi, welcome. We're going to show you a couple of houses that we've been looking at here. They're really lovely. Honestly, you're going to really love these houses.
Jinkx.
You are not moving to Portland. I'll believe it when you buy a house. When you go into escrow, then that's what I'll say.
Because I used to tease Jinkx and say Jinkx was the first plus size winner of RuPaul's Drag Race. Used to tease her a lot.
That's so rude.
But I hate to break this news to you. We're the biggest winners in the winner circle.
No, have you not seen Jinkx lately? No shade, but Jinkx has been very comfortable. That's not shady, bitch. Me too.
Yeah, I mean, luckily it's just water off a duck's back, because that was wow.
I will say one of the funniest winners I think is Jinkx. Jinkx is so funny to me.
No, Jinkx is hilarious.
She is so funny.
One time Jinkx did this like outdoor like pride event, and she was like sweating.
Yes.
By the way, Jinkx, let me tell you where Jinkx doesn't belong. The sun.
Right.
Jinkx, have you guys seen her documentary, What We Do in the Dark? Like, she does not go out. Like, Jinkx Monsoon is a swamp witch who lives in the shadows.
Oh, yeah.
But she did this show, and she was like sweating, and her hair and like her lashes were falling off. And then someone was like, "Can I?" Like, she goes, "Let's get a picture." And then she goes, I just don't feel beautiful right now.
Yeah.
And then someone said, "You're gorgeous," and she was like,